I'm Justin Nash.
And I'm Stephanie Fowler.
We won the same prize 20 years apart, but we're here together now to tell you
it's showtime.
This was a moment that for one local woman probably still feels surreal. The moment Stephanie Fowler was also awarded the prestigious Sophie Kerr Prize for Literature. You know, we can't make this stuff up, folks. Yes, we have another Sophie Kerr Prize winner to celebrate today.
Yes, we do. And we also would like to introduce you to Stephanie Fowler, who's also the owner of Saltwater Media in Berlin. Thanks for talking to us this afternoon.
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
So 20 years ago, does it seem like it was that long ago?
No, it really doesn't. When something like that happens, it always feels like it's just 5 seconds ago.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I kind of was hard, you know, I'm like, wait, 20, it really was 20 years ago? Because that's how I met you.
That's actually how we met. You came to my house and interviewed me after I won the Sophie Kerr Prize.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
That was amazing. Okay, so that was just the start of your career. How did that guide you to where you are now?
Sure. So, you know, winning the Sophie Kerr Prize was an amazing moment for me. And, you know, it was the lady who won the Sophie Kerr Prize the year before me. She was on Oprah. She had a major book deal. So everyone in my class was like, hey, Oprah knows about us. It's going to be a whole thing. And then I win the Sophie Kerr Prize with stories about Greenbackville, Virginia and Crisfield and, you know, all these kinds of places. And you know, I didn't really have big editors knocking on my door. You know, my mom was all like, you're going to meet Oprah. And I was like, no, I'm not going to meet Oprah. So what happened is the collection of stories that I wrote, I realized that if they were going to be seen by the world, because I tried editors and agents and I was kind of locked out, and I realized I was going to have to self-publish. And I didn't know what that meant. So I just started kind of stepping blindly into the world. And I made some mistakes, and I did some things surprisingly right. And what ended up happening was I learned a lot in the process. And ultimately, you know, the winning the prize and having that kind of under my belt, and then going forward and figuring out how to put my work out, led me to start Saltwater Media, which is my own publishing company. And I work with authors all over Delmarva, as far away as Pennsylvania and California and all in New Mexico, all over the place. And, you know, helping authors who want to publish their work and put it forward. And so that's I mean, I literally get to spend every day of my working career in an office where I have a book machine that just makes books, and we work with authors, and it's really cool to be around, you know, creative people and to be able to nurture that for them.
So Saltwater Media is doing well.
It is, yeah.
You're still writing.
I'm still writing.
So tell me real quick about Chasing Alice.
Yeah, so I was born and raised here in Salisbury, Maryland, went to Parkside High School, and Alice Davis was my senior year English teacher. And she was someone who was very special to me. She saw that I loved to write, and she nurtured that aspiration in me, but I was also having a pretty tough time. And she was really the only person who noticed that I was struggling and kind of reached out, and she became both a safe place for me to be, as well as someone who constantly pushed me to be better in my writing. And went off to Washington College. When I won the Sophie Kerr Prize, she was the first person I called to let her know that I had won, because I felt like she had really helped provide me with that foundation. She asked me to come back and speak to her students, and we kind of kept in contact a little bit. And then over the Labor Day weekend of 2011, she was murdered. And that was something that stuck with me. It honestly, it really changed me. It broke my heart, and I just felt like I didn't want her, what people knew of her, to just be that she was a murder victim, because that's not who she was to me. And so I set forward about 6 years working on Chasing Alice, which is a book that came out last September, and basically just tried to tell her life story. Of course, I do talk about the murder and what happened, but I talk about her impact on her students. I talk about domestic violence. So there's a lot of different, I talk about my relationship with her and what was going on for me. And so it was kind of a labor of love. Yeah. I just didn't want her to be forgotten.
Right. Yeah. So. And you were recently honored for that work with an award.
Yes, so the book has had 3 national awards and 1 regional award. I always say the Sophie Kerr Prize will be the #1 thing for me, but it recently won a bronze medal from the Independent Publishers Association, which is huge. I mean, that's a national. I mean, the category right after. So I entered it for true crime. The category right after me had a foreword written by Neil Gaiman. You know, so I felt like I was sort of standing among people who maybe I didn't quite deserve to be there. But I was really. I mean, these are national publishers, international publishers who put in for this, and to think that my work and my publishing company and this book that I put forward stood up in a national contest was huge for me, and I felt very I was pretty gobsmacked by it. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what would you say to someone who enjoys writing, they like to write, but they think, I ain't got what it takes?
I would say keep doing it, though. You know, writing is just like you run a marathon, right? You have to build certain muscles for it. You just don't start out of the gate winning a Sophie Kerr Prize, right? You have to, you know, just like, you know, Justin and at Washington College, you know, we push ourselves into every writing class, and we take all these, you know, we do all the hard work to build the muscles to get to the points where, you know, where Justin is, and hopefully where I find myself. But I would just say keep doing it, because you have to build the muscles, and you have to just, if it's in you, let it be there.
Stephanie Fowler, thank you so much. Love having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.